my magical people! Today is our next video in our Botany and Witchcraft series. You may be wondering, why the change of setup? Well, this video is going to be in a little different of format because this is probably your closest to a DIY you're gonna get from me in this series. I think witchcraft is inherently very crafty. It is the use of what you've got to make it something that applies to your practice and something that is useful and holds meaning to you. Today I'm going to be following a spell suggestion or ritual, whatever you would like to call what I'm about to do, from the Green Witchcraft book. This is by Paige Vanderbeck. I've really been enjoying this book, and hopefully by the time you are seeing this, my review of this book is also up. The spell we're going to be practicing and doing today, and I will show you how I do it so you can follow along, is going to be the Divination Dream Pillow. Now, let's talk about what the word divination means. Divination, in common ways of divination, you may know, is tarot reading, pendulum work, oracle reading. You can use tea leaves to do divination. It's your kind of idea in culture of the magic ball sort of idea, to basically be able to derive a message through a form. Now, the reason this is called a dream divination pillow is because dreams inherently are a form of divination. Dreams have meanings and can tell you and send you messages. That's why you see all these books about meanings of dreams. It's because they can send you messages. Now, let's get right into the list of ingredients. Alright, let's get into the materials we're going to need for this little project. First of all, I'm going to go over the materials that the book recommends, and then I'm going to show you the additional materials I'm using, or the altered materials I'm using, to make this my own. So, you will need a small purple drawstring bag or purple fabric. For me, I have this white, off-white bag. Purple fabric, I do have 2 swatches of fabric. These are just fabric quarters from Joann Fabrics. This is my main fabric I'm hoping to use. This has astrological signs, and it's really beautiful. I'm very happy to find that. Next, you're going to need a thread and needle. This is if you're sewing, which I will be doing in this video. This is my sewing kit. A dream journal and pen. So I wanted to get my Book of Shadows to give you an example. It really could be any journal. I found this actually at Target. And the Book of Shadows and your Book of Shadows is pretty much just a journal of the things you learn and the things that you do within your practice. For me, I mark down tarot readings. I do pages, for example, pages on different crystals, because I'm very intrigued by crystals. And it's just a place for you in order to be able to write down what you're working on. So for this will be what I will be using today as my dream journal. Next, we have cotton balls or batting. This is basically going to be used as your stuffing. I have stuffing from past projects, and this is what's going to be filling our pillow we're making. Next, it suggests dried chamomile, lavender, and jasmine flowers. And it also suggests jasmine, chamomile, and lavender essential oils. Now, essential oils, I will show you an essential oil, and this is actually the oil we'll be using today. Just don't mind the cracked lid, but this is a essentially a concentrated version of the oils within the plant. These are really great for focused use of the plant if you don't have the space or the real estate to have that plant around you. And as for flowers, I'm personally going to have different plants to fit more my intentions. So our first step is to be able to set aside a day in which you can make this divination pillow. The book recommends that you do it on a Monday night. Mondays are actually days that are associated with the moon and dreams. So as long as you can find a day that is associated with that, it can help aid you and guide you in the direction of what your magic wants to be focused in. Next, you'll want to gather your tools. As I have done, I have laid them out beside me. And maybe you want to light a candle, create a cozy space. I'd like to say I do dedicate this space right now and the work that is going to be done tonight to Hecate, as she is my patron goddess, and she is heavily associated with the moon and loves sending messages through dreams. So I do want to dedicate these pieces I am making today in this spell today, and I want her aid in this. So let that be known. Now, we want to be able to open a page, your book of shadows, your dream journal, whatever. You should write down anything you want to dream about, or problems on which you want some clarification on. And ask about jobs, relationship, whatever you need. Use this to set your intentions for what you want this pillow to do tonight. And yeah, you want to be able to go back to this. Now what I want to do is I want to get my fabric and I want to cut it to the size of my pillow. For me, I want to make a smaller pillow, and then I'm going to start to sew around the sides in order to make it a pouch. What you want to do is you want to sew 3 of the 4 sides and leave one side completely open so you can stuff it in, make it like a pouch or a bag. So once we have this pillow, we're going to start filling it with our cotton balls, fluff, whatever you have to fill it. And it instructs you to fill it about halfway. Alright, next what I want to do is I want to be able to get a pinch of each of my herbs. Now, it recommended chamomile, lavender, and jasmine. I do have 2 of those 3. However, I'm also going to substitute for another. So the first herb we're going to speak on is lavender. Lavender is an anti-anxiety herb and flower. Lavender is also the key flower for Hecate. It's one of her favorite flowers and it's a great offering for her. And she is a goddess of the moon, so that has a lot of connections to the nighttime and sleep, and also dreams. Another thing, as this book says, lavender is great for relaxation and opening your third eye. Lavender is often compared to amethyst. And amethyst is often compared to lavender. Lavender is called the amethyst of plants, and amethyst is called the lavender stones. So they go hand in hand, which is why the third eye can be really great with lavender, because that is also true of amethyst. So we're going to include a pinch of lavender within our pouch. Next, we have chamomile. These are chamomile flowers, though you can use chamomile tea if you do not have access to flowers. Chamomile is really great for warding off nightmares, and it is also great for a peaceful sleep. It tends to be very calming as when you drink it, and anything that you see as a benefit of usually drinking chamomile will usually apply across to the flower, because that is the transfer of the energy. So this is going to be our next herb we put into our pouch. Our final herb we're going to put into our pouch is mugwort. Mugwort is not in the list within the Green Witchcraft book. However, I'm adding it because of its innate abilities. Its abilities include assistance in astral travel and also in lucid dreaming. Both things that I have been wanting to work towards in my dream and ability to detach from consciousness. So, I'm going to be adding mugwort for that exact reason. And if you would like to substitute for mugwort, especially if you don't have some of the other ingredients, this is a great place to start. Alright, now let's sprinkle in some of our herbs. So I'm going to start with mugwort. So I've dropped a few leaves in already. Now I'm going to continue to add to my pouch. Next, I'm going to add the chamomile. Chamomile has a very sweet scent. It actually may remind you of the scent of honey, and that is because, oh my, and that is because there are certain chamomile honeys. Certain things about honeys which is interesting is that honey and the taste of honey is actually the taste of the flower that the bee is getting the pollen from. I think that is a really interesting fact about honey. Next, we're going to do some lavender. And for me, I don't know how much lavender I want to put in. I'm kind of feeling like a lot because I love lavender. And Jay loves it too, and this is kind of for her. What I was saying about some extra special materials I wanted to add. The reason I have this little pouch, which could both be used to put just your herbs in, to stick in, could be used to take the piece of paper you're technically supposed to tear out of your dream journal, or a separate piece of paper in which you want to fold up and put in here. But what I'm going to add, because I've actually had an extra piece of this for a while, is I'm going to add moonstone. Moonstone is also a big stone for Hecate, and it is a stone of new beginnings, of course the moon, and it's really has a lot of wonderful properties. Actually, let me check. I do believe that they're in this book, which is again why this book is really great. It has a section on moonstone. It does. So moonstone is the element of water. Moonstone also has the astrology of the moon and Cancer. It has the chakras of the sacral, third eye, and the crown, and it holds heavy intuition, meditation, full moon magic, psychic powers, mental clarity, creativity, self-expression, travel, protection, woman's health, and empowerment. Those are the energies it holds. So, this is why this stone is going to be perfect for my satchel. Let's go into more depth about the metaphysical properties and just in general the properties of the herbs and flowers we've put into our pillow. For chamomile, you have the element water. The astrological signs associated will be the Sun and Leo. This is most likely due to its yellow color, as color association does have a strong association to many things. Chakra, the chakra that this will help exercise, is your throat chakra, and some energies that it will bring will be money, sleep, good luck, love, purification and relaxation, protection, hex breaking, health, and dream protection. This is why it's a great herb for us, our pillow, because of those properties. Alright, continuing on, we have lavender. Lavender is the element of air. The astrological signs that are connected with lavender are Mercury, Gemini, and Virgo. The chakras that it helps support are the crown, third eye, throat, heart, and solar plexus. It really has most of your bases covered except for your root chakra. One thing that it can help with, or many things it can help with, is sleep, divination, reducing anxiety, psychic awareness, happiness, purification, clarity, cleansing spiritually, magic, harmony, balance, healing, protection, moving on. Mugwort, as I said, is very great for astral travel, lucid dreaming. It actually, when you drink mugwort tea, can help you ease yourself into lucid dreaming. Alright. So next, we're going to have our satchel, which we've already inserted a piece of moonstone into. We're going to want to write down onto this piece of paper and then fold it up our intentions for the entire pillow. Keep in mind, entire pillow. Your dream journal should be exclusively for changing up the intentions of and the flow of dreams. This is general. For example, I want to experience more lucid dreaming. I want to be more open to messages within dreaming. And it's a general statement and thing for the overall to improve. So for me, I'm going to begin and I'm going to write. So I wrote my dedication and what I wish for this pillow to do. I'm going to fold it as many times as I need for it to fit inside of my little satchel. Your satchel may be bigger or smaller, or you may have none at all and let it be free within the pillow. So your fold may be less or more, and that is absolutely fine. If you would like to set a number attached to the amount of folds, there is plenty of correlation to numbers, which I will not get into. Next, put this in the center, dig it in, and push and push. Now, what I want to do, this is nearly done. I have only one more step of adding something new. We're going to be adding in more fluff than before. And what we were instructed to do with the essential oils was to take the oils and dab them into a piece of the stuffing and then incorporate that stuffing naturally into the satchel and in your bag, which will close up to become the pillow. For me, I'm not going to be using the essential oils that are exact to the herbs and flowers in here. However, I'm going to be using a different one, which I will briefly describe its properties. I have white sage essential oil, and the reason I would like to have white sage is because sage, when you do smoke cleansing, is for purification, for cleansing and protection. This is at least how I attach sage into my practice, and I would like to have that energy be brought into that pillow, especially because this pillow will also help me aid myself into astral projection, which can be a dangerous thing to do if you're not warding yourself and protecting yourself. So I know I'm going to be needing very, very little. You need to keep this in mind. Very little, because it's very concentrated. The scent already is so much, but it's very lovely smelling. And again, you can do this. You can do any mix of what you would like. Now also keep in mind that this project may not be for you if you have difficulty with certain aromas or strong aromas, because inherently a lot of these have a very, very strong scent to them. Don't mind me just reorganizing that satchel in there. So you want to keep that in mind, or just keep this in a space that maybe it can air out. But I would just pick whatever is comfortable for you. Make sure you check your allergies so you're able to enjoy this and enjoy this spell work without putting yourself at risk for any complications. Look at this! You've got your Divination Dream Pillow. This is a great way to be crafty within your practice and within witchcraft. How you can tap in to doing some just cool looking things that are now permanent spells that can be on your couch, on your bed, wherever you like to rest. Also, we got to learn today about divination a little bit. We got to learn about some of the metaphysical properties of lavender, of chamomile, of mugwort, and of sage. We learned about moonstone, which is a piece that is in here. And of course, we learned a little bit about sewing too. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you stay tuned for other episodes of Botany and Witchcraft. And please do tell me what your favorite part of this craft was and what you would like to see next. Bye-bye!